Hey guys, how's it going? Eli here, back with another video where today we're going to be having a conversation about future MSRP prices increasing, as well as is $100 per booster box the new bottom. But before we jump right into it, gotta let you guys know, as always, we're doing weekly giveaways. All you have to do is enter is leave a like, comment down below, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. We post pre-recorded content for you to comment and like on each week. So that, of course, allows you for multiple entries. And then we've got 3 winners each and every week, so multiple opportunities to win. If you want to support the channel in any other way, links down in the description below to check out some of the awesome things we're offering through our Discord, our website links, as well as, of course, our Patreon groups. But without further delay, let's just jump into it. So, for those of you guys that don't know, there's been a lot of sentiment going around, or there's been a lot of news going around more or less about MSRP increases. And we're going to be talking about what's kind of the reality of it and how that could potentially affect things in the future. Not to mention too, I think there is a possibility, of course this part is hypothetical, that there could be reprint contributions to this overall price increase with MSRP and inflation. So first things first, if you don't already know, there's been a lot of circulating rumors, confirmations, whatever you want to call it, in regards to MSRP prices being raised across the board through Pokemon coming into February of next year. Now, obviously, this is going to have a drastically different effect per distributor, but the general expectation is most distributors are going to increase their overall booster box prices that they're going to be selling to us. Now, currently speaking, prices per booster box, depending upon who you're buying from, range anywhere between, I want to say, around $84 to as high as $88. And of course, you know, bulk volume is also going to play a role depending upon which distro you have. Now, the expectation that prices are going to raise, what is that going to become, right? It looks as if there's going to be a quite drastic increase. It looks like booster boxes are going to go from around 144 to 150-ish. And so you have to ask yourself with that, okay, that's about a $6 jump at the minimum is what we're expecting, of course not confirmed. If we were to see something like that, are distributors going to also have that $6 jump? Our minimum pricing for booster boxes going to be now $90 to, of course, $94. Now, although that's not guaranteed, this is all hypothetical, the expectation is there's going to be some form of increase. Now, for, of course, distributors, is that going to be a $2 increase? Are distributors going to, you know, go from 84 to 88 to now 96 to 90? We really don't know that fully yet, but we will, of course, keep you guys up to date on that. Is it possible that certain distributors have who have been raising prices quite drastically since the start of COVID because of the overall volatility and the inflation, that you could potentially see certain distros not raise prices and that might affect the market? It's possible, but of course there's no guarantee on what's going to happen with that. So I want to, of course, just let everyone know, if you aren't informed about this already, it is very important to understand that if you do see prices continue to climb and you see that at market adjustment going into February of next year, that's the reason why. It also, of course, makes me to believe too that there's going to be an expectation, more than likely, we're going to see, of course, the reprint rotation for standard also go out around early next year is what they said. It's quite possible, knowing the Pokemon company, which loves to do everything all at once, that could be when it's going to happen. And it also could possibly be a reason why we haven't seen reprints most recently, because they're kind of trying to prepare for a bunch of reprints to happen when, you know, all of this transitional change is going to begin start of next year. Now, some of this, of course, is hypothetical, and we're just trying to put 2 and 2 together in regards to obviously what's going on in the market and future predictions. But as you guys are all aware, we obviously just recently had Black Friday. Black Friday deals were pretty much everywhere. Booster box prices were more readily available for the, I don't know if I want to say lesser demand sets, but, you know, not the high demand sets such as Brilliant Star Evolving Skies. Most of them were at wholesale prices, $86, give or take. And for that reason, it has me to believe, all right, well, what's next? What's the next step after that? Prices were at a good price for most people on Black Friday deals. It wasn't like an insane price where it was below wholesale, But now that that's over, we can now see, based off of obviously TCG Player, and don't get me wrong, guys, I know you can go to other sites and you can take advantage of discounts outside of it, but for the most part, we're going to be going off of TCG Player pricing because it's still something to monitor, because it is indicative of the current state of the market. Battle Styles is the only booster box that is currently under $100. I've mentioned you guys this before. I'll say it again. It is one of the most overprinted sets in the Sword and Shield era. Yes, it's not a high demand set, don't get me wrong, but during its time when it was a high demand set, because the hype was real for alternate arts being released, since it is the first set that had alternate arts, booster box prices were selling for upwards of $150 to $160, which sounds crazy to think of now. Of course, it got printed into the ground, and then with that, you now see it at a very low price of $90, which for a secondary market like TCG Player, that is still considerably low. However, Fusion Strike, Chilling Reign, these sets that were around similar prices for, of course, Battle Styles, have well outpaced it and increased in price. And so now they are both above $100, and everything else so far in the Sword and Shield era is also above $100. Not to mention too, Evolving Skies is at around $283. It's about to push $300, and Brilliant Star is around roughly $175. It's getting ready to push $200. So booster box prices are definitely at a high. So here's the question we're going to be asking ourselves. Is this intentional? Is the Pokemon company saying to themselves, hey, MSRP prices are going to be increased. We're not going to do reprints right now because when we do increase prices, market adjustments are going to be made and there's going to be new expectations people are going to have in terms of pricing? Or is it just somewhat of a coincidence that this is happening as it stands right now, and they're hoping that, hey guys, we're going to increase MSRP prices, but don't worry, we're going to print product into the ground around the same time. That way that it's going to be still readily available at an affordable price, and prices are going to dip below 100. Of course, this is all, once again, just us trying to look into the future based on what's going on in the market right now. But just from the insider information that I know as it stands, there's definitely a lot of speculation, as I've mentioned before, that we're going to be getting both Evolving Skies and Brilliant Star reprints sometime soon. There was supposed to be a Brilliant Star reprint sometime in August, September, and that just kept getting postponed and delayed. And so, of course, kind of like when Chilling Reign was supposed to get a Wave 2, these delays can last a long time. Wave 2 for Chilling Reign was supposed to come out sometime when it first, of course, aired as a set. If you don't remember, it came out in June. Wave 2 was supposed to come out sometime early July, end of June. It ended up not coming until sometime in October. Do the math. It's roughly about a 3.5, 4 month, of course, of, time, I should say, to wait. Where are we currently sitting right now? We're currently sitting at around that 3.5, 4 month mark, since there was news it was going to be sometime near the end of August. So we're coming up on it. Whether that be sometime in December, whether it be sometime in the next, month or two after that, there's no guarantee because there's not an exact science to this. The Pokemon company is going to do what the Pokemon company is going to do. But one thing we do know for certain, history has always proven that the Pokemon company loves to do everything all at once. And that's why you could see standard rotation, MSRP prices increasing, as well as reprints all happening sometime at the start of early next year. But once again, like I said this before, there is an element, of course, as always, patience to be able to wait. If you guys were, of course, taking advantage of a lot of the prices for what was going on during Black Friday, then awesome. You're not too worried about it. Your wallet's been depleted. This is just more or less a wait and see buying opportunity. But obviously, if you missed the boat because you didn't have the finances, but now you do, and you're seeing all these prices increase, obviously it can seem a little bit scary, but I'm going to say, hey, let's be patient, let's wait off, and let's see how this is going to shape up the market. Either way, it's going to be a wait and see patience approach, and we're going to try and do our best to keep you guys updated as I hear more insider information from my distributors and other connections that I have. But to kind of answer the question really of, is $100 going to be the new low? I'm going to make the general assumption and say, no, I don't think that $100 is going to be the new low, even though we're starting to see that right now. I think, like I said before, this is more or less something that the Pokemon company is just going to take into consideration in terms of printing things start of early next year. But it wouldn't surprise me, honestly, if you could see after those reprints, general pricing, depending upon how much they raise, MSRP and wholesale prices by, general pricing could cause a drastic shift where before, when you were seeing massive prints where booster box prices were going down to $70-$75, $80 to $82 could be the new deal. But I mean, that's still going to be a good deal long term. Obviously, you always want to hit those 70s, but it's starting to feel a little bit unrealistic. Of course, who knows how high demand the set is? Who knows how, of course, things are going to factor in with the amount of product they're going to print for that specific set that's going to get reprinted, as there's so many things that you have to take into consideration. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I don't want people to freak out and assume that just because MSRP prices are going up, all of a sudden, Pokemon is super scarce right now, prices are going up, this is it, prices are just going to keep skyrocketing. All of a sudden, we're never going to see below $100. Same thing was being said during the time of Battle Styles hitting 150, 160. There was not a single booster box that was under $100, and everyone was panicking, thinking, wow, this is it. Pokemon is just to the moon forever. Of course, that's not the reality of the situation. So just be patient. Just stay in the know, and we'll keep you guys posted on what's going to happen early next year. But as far as it goes, ladies and gentlemen, that is all for today's video. As always, if you want to enter into our weekly giveaways, make sure you leave a like, comment down below, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We post pre-recorded content for you to do so each and every week, so you can comment and like on multiple videos for multiple entries, and then we've got multiple winners each and every week on top of that as well. And lastly, if you want to support the channel, whether it be checking out our singles collection, some of our mystery product, supporting the Patreon, and or joining the Discord, all the links for that is down in the description below. But that is all for today's video. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Until then, I will see you guys on Friday. Peace.